Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I have some easy Dollar Tree DIYs. For this first DIY, I'm just going to cut the tag off this welcome sign, and then I'm going to start gluing these wee half beads around the outside. And I use 20 of these, and I will link them down below if you're interested in them. And I just tried to space them out as evenly as I could, and I glued them on with some wood glue. And if you wanted to, you could make it like this and keep it as a sign, but I thought I would make it into a wee riser. And I will glue the rest of these on off camera. Once the glue is set, I turn it over and I hot glue 5 wooden beads to the bottom, 1 in the middle, and then 4 around the outside. And you can use hot glue for this, you can use wood glue for this bit too, but I wanted to make it quicker. And then I stained it with the Waverly Antique Wax. And then I'm using some Waverly chalk paint in the colour Pool. I'm just going to carefully brush that over the word welcome. And I'll finish the rest of that off camera. And I love how this turned out. It turned out so cute. I'd maybe make sure your bead on the bottom for the foot is in line with your beads on the top. I found this wee picture frame with a tractor on the top and on the tractors. So I cut it off with a box cutter, and then I just gave it a sand to get rid of any of the rough parts. And then I took some ink Waverly chalk paint, and then I just painted over the bit that I just cut off. And then I painted over the farmer's market cow piece in the middle. Yeah, I liked the crisscross design around the outside, so I wanted to keep that. And I will finish this off camera. I got these stickers from Dollar Tree, and I just want to take one off and place it in the middle, and that is it. It's nice doing some easy DIYs after all the tumbling tower ones, because they take a long time. And this is how it turned out, and I think it turned out really cute. And you can put this on a tier tray or fill a space on a shelf. And this next DIY, I have this beach picture from Dollar Tree. I'm just taking the hook off the back, and then I'm taking it apart. The last time I had one of these, it was broken when I took the wrapper off, but I just used the little scraper tool from Dollar Tree to pull it apart, and then I used the same tool to take this beach word off, and then I just kept scraping till I got all the glue and the backing off of it. And then I just sanded it down with a sanding block from Dollar Tree. I really liked the colour that was on the back of this frame, and I knew that I had something similar in my scrapbook that I have from Michael's. So I just traced around it, and then I cut it out with some scissors, and then I glued it on with a glue stick. And I found this picture on Cricut Design Space, so I printed it off, and then I'm just going to stick it down. And you don't have to have a Cricut, you can find nice stickers from Dollar Tree. This vinyl is also from Dollar Tree, and I just print it off on the washi tape setting because the normal one cuts right through the backing paper as well. So I'm just going to put the frame back together, and then I hot glue it. And you don't have to take the frames apart, you can just cut the scrappy paper to size and then stick it in, but I think it looks better if you do it this way. So now I'm just going to, I was trying to push it back in, but I'm just going to hot glue the hanger back to the back at the top. And I think this is my favourite DIY of the video. I love the colours and I love how the white doesn't totally stand out and it's just subtle and it looks so pretty on the wall. It doesn't really show up as much on the camera. And I have this farm to table picture from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to tape off the middle part with some painter's tape, as that middle part is raised up, and I am not into farmhouse stuff at all. So I just painted over it with some ink Waverly chalk paint, and I had to give it 3 coats of paint to cover up what was already on it. And then I found this picture on Cricut Design Space and just cutting it down a little bit, and then my camera ran out so you won't see me sticking it down. And then I'm using some mineral Waverly chalk paint, and I'm just going to dab that on with a makeup sponge. And haven't used this paint for a long time so it's much thicker than it usually is, and then when I was dabbing it on it was like taking the paint off again, so I just blasted it with the hairdryer and then I went over those parts again. And then I just take the vinyl off, and I did rip a wee piece at the bottom, so just be careful when you are doing this so you don't rip yours. And you know, you don't have to use this picture, you can use any kind of picture you like. And I'm just touching up the bits that I ripped with the ink paint and then with the mineral paint. Yeah, Dollar Tree has loads of nice wall stickers and stuff, so you could always just stick one of those on here. And then I just take off the painter's tape. And then I did touch up another couple of wee pieces that I saw. And then this is how it turned out. I think it turned out so pretty. What do you guys think? Let me know which of these DIYs is your favourite. And do you like these kind of pictures? What kind of pictures would you like to see on them? And I got this wood round from Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking out the hanger. And I have these zigzag stickers. And I was trying to make it straight. So I'm using the ruler. And I'm just going to stick them down just how they were on the sticker sheet. And any parts that are hanging off the end, I just trim them off. And then I just keep repeating this until I like how it looks. And any spaces that are on the edges, I just have to cut out pieces of the sticker to fill them in. And I ended up using 2 packs of these. Well, not, I've used 1 and a bit pack. And I actually liked how all these colours look together, so I think I will make something else and not paint over them. And if you don't like these stickers, the Dollar Tree has the jewel stickers that are like little flowers. Those ones are pretty. I've used them a lot. I still have loads of packs of them actually. I'll use them again soon. So I just wanted to show you me doing all the little fill-in pieces. You just have to fill it in to make it look like the pattern. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I wanted to make sure it was all covered. Okay, so I'll do the rest off camera. I think I've shown you. And I paint over it with some Waverly ink chalk paint. I'm just removing the painter's tape now, and my plan was to do the other side in the Waverly antique wax, but I spilled some paint on it. Look how pretty it looks once it's covered up. So I had to paint the other side in another colour. So I just tape off the other side with the painter's tape. And then I decided to use this pool colour Waverly chalk paint. And then to cover up that part in the middle, I decided to use some of this burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I just hot glued it on. So I'm just using the hanger that came with the wood round, and I put 24 beads on it, and I will link these beads down below as well. I used the large ones out for the first DIY. I like when Dollar Tree does these hangers because you don't need to hot glue them. You can just thread them back through again. So I found this flower on Cricut Design Space. I looked up abstract and I found it. So I'm just going to stick it down to the wood round. I forget what I'm saying. The transfer paper didn't want to come off, but I got it off. I'm just making sure it's all flat because obviously I'm making it into a stencil. And then I used the ink chalk paint again, and I just dab it on with a makeup sponge. If I'd had some black vinyl, then I would have just made it with the black vinyl, but I didn't have any left, so I had to make a stencil. And then once I finished putting the paint on, I just peel off the vinyl. Okay, now I peel off the vinyl. And then I blasted it with a hairdryer so that I could weed out the pieces in the middle. I'll just show you a wee bit and then I'll do the rest off camera. And this is how it turned out. I just love how those stickers look when they are painted, just giving a nice pattern. But you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!